Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. We are global, so that's why I had to say all three. But welcome to another Online Biz Real Talk today. We've got a really great topic today, and it's what are the benefits of being your own boss and starting your own online business? So I've got two very special business colleagues who's joined in today, and yeah, it's a great topic we have because there are many benefits with starting your own online business, and a lot of us, myself, Georgia, and Veronika, who've been doing this business for a while, we've seen the benefits from doing this business. So thank you both for joining us today and talking about this really great topic. So yeah, why don't we just start off with introducing ourselves, and maybe I'll start off with Veronika. Just introduce yourself, and maybe just touch on one sort of benefit that you've experienced so far, or since doing the business, and what the benefits of is being an online business owner.
Yeah, of course. So, hi, thanks, Paulo, for having me. My name is Veronika, and I am a stay-at-home mom of two boys. And yeah, I was just like any other person, I was looking for something to increase our income that we have because it's been hard living on one income. And I have the privilege of staying at home with my boys, but I wanted to do something that's not just like for myself, but like, yeah, for myself, because I am a mom, I am a nurse, a cook, whatever. But I also like having the extra income. That's what kind of helped me. Um, I don't know, really feel the personal growth because I spent so much time doing stuff for my family, doing stuff for um keeping the house clean, growing my kids, like teaching them. And I kind of missed being around people that have the same mindset as I do and the same drive. Because yeah, I stopped working when I had my first baby, and I don't regret it. I love being a mom, but I also wanted something on the side to like feel that fulfillment, that personal, like that, like if I have accomplished something besides having my kids, and which is a great accomplishment. But yeah, so I love that this business has given me that, like also a lot of new friends, a lot of people to look up to, and yeah, just that's one of like the benefits of it. One of many, I mean, not just one.
No, that's really great. Yeah, the personal fulfillment of just being able to do that. And I know I didn't realize you're a nurse. I think I remember you mentioned you're a nurse, but
Oh, no, I wasn't the nurse. No,
oh no, okay.
nursing as in my kids being a
Oh,
nurse, like
nursing.
being a nurse for my kids. Sorry.
That's almost similar to in that sense. But no, thanks for sharing that. One of the benefits you've experienced so far. So yeah, we'll pass it on to Georgia now too, and just see Georgia, introduce yourself, tell people who you are. I'm sure a lot of people know who you are, but let them know sort of what one of the benefits you've experienced so far.
Thank you, Paulo, and thank you, Veronica. I love that. We're all a nurse to our children. um, so, yeah, I'm Georgia Williams. I'm a president and CEO and coach. I started this business about 4 years ago, and I haven't looked back. I'm pretty grateful for all my successes. It hasn't been without hard work. I put a lot of hard work into my business. I work on my business sometimes like till 2, 3 in the morning. Like I admit, I do a lot of work, but hey, it's from your phone. I chillax, I eat, I hang out, and it's kind of me time. It's my time. So yeah, I'm a mom of five beautiful children, and they're my big why to why I started this business. I'm here in beautiful West Kelowna right now with a gorgeous view. And I'm originally from Toronto with a European background. And yeah, so I really wanted to touch on this subject, the having the creative freedom, um, to running your own online business. You kind of begin to have more time on your hands, right? And you begin to have more money, and you begin to have that freedom, and you begin to become creative, not only with your own online business, but with other things. Like I've noticed, just that I've had more time on my hands to do all the special little things that I want to do. I built the foundation, the Georgia Williams Foundation. We have crops going in different countries in Africa. I have still my foundation running in Kamloops, where I lived for about 8 or 9 years, and we're feeding the homeless there, and we're doing outreach, and so there's a lot of awesome things, and I can be there for my children. So my children, they're learning Spanish. They're going to be taking swimming lessons. We're teaching them at home. All my kids are homeschooled right now, and we're putting them in sports, and they have their instruments, and we teach them their little curriculum, and I have a tutor that's going to be coming too. So all of these things, like, even though it's personal things, and it's my creative side. I really like to have that creative freedom. I really like to have that, and I have the ability also to think about, I want to invest also in different countries. I want to purchase different properties. Like, even though I'm making money in this business, I always think right out of the box too. And there's 4 main companies in this business that we're affiliated with. So there's money coming from all these different avenues. And it's when you're working on this online business, you can become creative. Like last night, I was just realizing like how I'm posting, and I keep posting all these free ads, and I'm like, wow, I got really good at this. It takes me just one minute to do this. Before, it used to take me 15, 20 minutes to an hour to do a post. So you begin to get creative too with your advertisement, and you begin to realize, wow, like, look at this empire I built from just working from my phone, just working from my from these little Canva websites that are free, and you just download the app, and you're making this beautiful, ad. And people are attracting to it, and they're asking you, "Hey, what are you doing?" Or, "I want to start," or, "Hey, can I buy that product?" It's like, so yeah, that's my little. Um,
I I like this how you picked out creativity, like being able to become creative again. Because did you find when you don't have the day-to-day stresses that you're dealing with anymore, because I mean you're financially free now, that you're able to like open up your mind and think about all these other things.
yeah, definitely. Like, it not only, like, you're just less stressed because of the money problem, right? You're less stressed. Money is an issue. It's very clear that money is an issue in our day-to-day lives, and we have to, well, it's not right now. Hi, Ramath. But it is. It's something that we it's something that we're constantly worrying about when you don't have enough money. So you're just focused on, how can I make ends meet? How can I make the birthday party for the kids? How can I make an extra money for the bills? How am I going to get a new car? How am I going to fix this? Like, it just piles up. If you don't have security, if you don't have money, if you don't have these different revenues and these different streams of income, you're going to constantly be stressing and worried about money. And then like you said, it takes away your creativity.
And
You're not creative anymore. Even with the birthday parties, or even whatever it is, you're like,
yeah. Well, I find a lot of us, we're even before we start getting to the workforce careers and stuff, we were very creative. I remember high school, I was very creative. And when my communications classes, I was doing like printmaking, all this stuff. But then as you got into your career, a lot of your creativity gets buried because you're so busy just working and just trying to survive, that it's there. But I've noticed a lot of people in our community, once the whole time thing is more expansive, that we have more time to do things, that's when that creativity part comes surfacing back up.
100%.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, I will Ramath is trying to get on. Yeah, I'll just introduce myself though. My name is Paulo Paralejas. I was born in the Philippines. I grew up moved to Calgary when I was a kid, and now I live in Vancouver, Canada. I've been a nurse for close to just over 20 years now, so 2 decades. So, but yeah, I started this business because I burnt out twice in my career, and went through health scare and everything. And it just, I knew I needed something better in my life. I needed to take away a lot of the stresses. And I didn't, it was hard trying to find something, because if you wanted to actually get a second job where you have to go into like a store or a restaurant to work, it takes time out of your day. And I didn't have that working as a nurse. And so I wanted the flexibility. And so that's why having my own digital business, I have the flexibility that I can actually do this business early in the morning, just before I start work, at lunchtime, and then as well during my breaks. I was able to do that because of the fact that everything, like Georgia said, is on your phone. You can contact people easily through Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. So there's a lot of that way that makes the way our system is set up and how the automation is set up allows for that flexibility that you can take this business anywhere. It's portable. I'm able to, yeah, like I said, work with it while I'm at work. I can take it on my trips and vacations, and it's there and it's easy to access. Because once you get the business set up, it takes a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. But once you're on that maintenance stage, I spend only about 1 hour to 3 hours a day, depending on how much time I have. But it's flexible. It allows a lot of us to still work our day jobs or work multiple day jobs until we're able to transition out of our primary job and then hopefully get out of the primary job into doing this business full time, which a lot of people have done. Yet a lot of people have still kept their jobs because they still love them and do this business as a side hustle. And they're earning like 3, 4, 5 figures a month, which is crazy that they have that extra income on the side and still doing their main job that they enjoy doing. So that's one of the things I love about having my own online business and be my own boss.
Yeah. And like that's kind of sorry, I'm just gonna jump in,
Yeah,
but
for
that's kind of like what I love about it because it gives you a chance to work balance your work life and
yeah,
your personal life. Like for me, example, I don't have a other work life. I have my kids' life.
yeah,
So I love the flexibility of being to like decide when I can work on this business. I can either like go anywhere with it. I can do whatever with my kids. For example, I started homeschooling in September
yeah.
and like I couldn't have done it if I would have worked another job from 9 to 5. Like if I didn't have the flexibility of this job because I can check my phone really quickly and put it away and continue with my kids. I can do whatever and then like chat to people, help them get started, and then put it away quickly, like to do whatever that comes up in the day, like dentist appointments, anything like that. And that's what I really love about it, like just the flexibility of it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and I think
yeah,
that's what makes that's why I think that makes a lot of us successful in this business is that flexibility of being able to
exactly.
work from our phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Veronica, for that. And then I'll just, Ramath, how are you?
But Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Yeah. And
Thanks.
you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, so I guess yeah. So our topic today is what are the benefits of being your own boss and starting an online business? Are you able to touch on just sort of like one of the benefits and just introduce yourself and tell people where you're coming from and when you started the business?
Okay, thank you so much, Paulo. I'm Ramath. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and a proud online business owner and mentor. I'm a stay-home mom. I was a stay-home mom before, but now I'm doing my business, and I know I'm a mom entrepreneur. And like the subject for today, be like have your own business is huge, you know. It help you to make some decision on your own, you know, and it creates on you some skill. You had it before, but you don't know it. You don't know like you have such benefit or such bless. But with our online, it will bring your skill, and you know you are your own boss. You get me? And you know you have your decision. You can make your own decision without think back. And you know with your online, you have the security of your job is for you forever, for life, even though you can will it for your children. You know, you are not working for somebody else. Like, I'm a stay-home mom. My office is at home, you know. No one can say leave that house, you know. It's for me. It's for me forever. And I can run my business anywhere I wish in my house, you know. So, and also it will give you like the flexibility, you know. You work on your schedule because I'm a mom of multi kids, and you just need to balance the housework, the like morning stuff, and also you have your online. So you just balance everything as your own schedule, and you are happy when you are doing it. You know, you meet a lot of people all around the globe, so it's very huge. You can't, even sometimes you have money, you can't buy it, you know. But this amazing business, it give us that opportunity, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank God. And I'm very happy. Anytime I'm work my business, I'm just doing it with happiness, you know. And I know it's mine. It's for me forever. No one can take it from me. And I do it with happiness and joy, you know. And thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Ramath. I like, the one I really like that you talked about the job security, and because
Mm-hmm.
over the last few years, we see a lot of people, and even my friends who worked in companies for 15, 20 years, and a lot of people are always expecting that they're going to stay at a job if they're long term with pension and retirement and all that. But when they get let go, I mean, it's such a blow to them, and financially, personally, emotionally, because they're thinking like, did I do something wrong? Am I going to be able to have like enough money for pension? So with this job, what we do as an online business, like you said, there's nobody telling us what we can and can't do. We do make our own decisions, and we have
Mm-hmm.
the ability to create as much financial freedom because it's limitless with what we can make in the online world. As Georgia mentioned, we have multiple income streams in this within our business structure and our system to allow for that job security, because we are always constantly having income coming from multiple streams. So I like how you thank you for sharing that as a stay-at-home mom, and just talking and touching about just the basics of just having your own business and being your own boss, and having just the flexibility as well.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you too. Thank you too. Yeah. Is even though I'm not sabi English well, and I'm not doing like study for business before, I don't have all those knowledge,
Yeah.
but with our training, and with you lovely people like the community, Coach Joja, so Alhamdulillah, I didn't regret to join this amazing journey. It's huge. If
Yeah.
you didn't have, your wife is not strong, you'll be checking. But
Yeah.
with you guys, Alhamdulillah, I'm very,
Yeah.
very grateful for that. Yeah.
So Ram,
Anytime we just call you, anytime we just reach, you are available for us. Yeah, it's not all business have that too, because apart from you are available, apart from the training service there, you still have that, like, to give us your knowledge, you still want to teach us so that we can grow together. It's very huge. Yeah. Thank you for that
um,
too.
I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned to me before, you speak French. Are you
Yes.
going to say something in French about the business for any of our friends?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ok, thank you. Merci, merci, merci les téléspectateurs et les téléspectatrices. Moi, je suis Ramath, je suis maman jumeau. J'habite ici en Irlande avec ma famille. Je suis aussi mère au foyer, mais j'ai maintenant commencé mon online business et je suis online business mentor. J'aide les gens à commencer leur business aussi, parce que dans ce business, franchement, tu n'as pas besoin de beaucoup d'études, parce que moi aussi, je ne connais pas aussi beaucoup, je n'ai pas fait beaucoup d'études, mais avec ça, avec le training et puis la communauté, je peux faire mon business sans difficulté. Tu vois, non? Il suffit seulement de mettre ton nom ou bien de demander je peux avoir d'autres informations sur le business et je vais t'aider parce que c'est quelqu'un qui m'a aidé aussi et je suis ravie aujourd'hui. Donc, j'aide aussi les gens à commencer leur business avec joie et bénédiction et succès parce que dans le monde, nous sommes global. Nous sommes partout dans tout le monde. Donc, n'hésitez pas de nous contacter. Nous sommes là pour vous. Et je vous aime aussi. Merci.
Thank you. I got a bit of that with my French teachers.
Really?
But no, thank you for doing that because it just, I want you to do that to show people who are watching this and watch the replay that we are a
Yes.
global online business community with multiple people who speaks multiple languages. And I don't want people who think that this is just all English, that if they have English as a second language, that's going to be a barrier. It's not. So we have a lot of the support. We can help you throughout that. So thank you for
You're welcome.
yeah. So so I'll put you just I'm just gonna pass it back to Veronika. And I know you said you want to talk about one more other thing about the benefits of having an online business and being your own boss.
Yeah, like I already said, the time flexibility, like it's a big must. And even what Ramath pointed out, like the mentorship that we have, like we have coaches, we have mentors, like we help each other, grow. We have this big huge community that helps each other, like we cheer on successes, we cheer each other on, like we celebrate the successes that we have. And for example, yeah, like this weekend, I went to Edmonton for a weekend. I was able to do that because I didn't have a 9-to-5 job that I was stuck to. And my husband was so kind and to stay at home with my kids, and I could just have the weekend. And it's great. And I knew that my business wasn't suffering. I didn't have to be on my phone the whole time because of the automation that we have. And I love that. Like even like waking up in the morning, it's like the best thing, the first thing and the best thing to see on your phone is, hey, you have a business inquiry, someone wants to get started in this business. And it's like, I don't know, you just have your business with you all day, even though you're not working on it all day, it's just, I don't know, that's what kind of pulled me in as well. Just the people that are working in this business and just who are there for each other and support each other.
Yeah, I love that about the community as well. How, I mean, I know the topic is like being your own boss and starting your online business, but we're all independent business owners for those who are watching us, but we're plugged into a global community of other business owners, and now we call them colleagues and even good friends, because we all help and support each other. I mean, there are times when I felt like I didn't want to keep moving forward, but then you talk and reach out to your business colleagues and they're like, what the heck are you doing? Like, you're so far ahead. Don't quit. Just keep going. We have a proven, simple system that allows us to, build traction on our business. So yeah. So thank you, Veronika, for adding that bit in there. And I know, Georgia, you wanted to touch on something else as well too.
Yeah, I did. Thank you, Veronika, and thank you, Paulo. First, I want to comment real quick on what Ramath was saying. They got me thinking. You mentioned this before. Say hi. She's seen herself on the big screen. You mentioned this before, Paulo, and we were talking about how we can't give our children our careers. They cannot inherit our careers, but they can inherit this online business. So that's what's really awesome about this. And I was just saying, because she was talking about child security, or you can give this and keep this for your children. As when you have a career and you have to go there 9 to 5, the children can't inherit it unless they work for 5 to 7 years of training and schooling and so on. So I really like the fact that you can inherit this business, the children. This business is all my children's. Like they're inheriting this, right? But I will go along with the benefits of having this is you can have control over your income, right? You're the boss, and you're making more money, obviously, and now you have control of your income. You're not depending on an employer to pay you that check, and you're not waiting paycheck to paycheck. Now, when you're saying, Paulo, when you mentioned how you got a little bit down, but we brought you back in, or other people was like, "What are you doing?" The thing is, and this is real. Everybody can state this here. People make a lot of money in this business. There's people making $160,000 a month, $1 million in their first year. There's a lot of money to be made. So sometimes when we don't see our $20,000, $30,000 months, we're like, well, what are we doing wrong? So we doubt ourselves. But when I took myself out of my situation, because I always reflect. A lot of people see that about me. I'll reflect on even myself. I'll like, what am I doing? Or like, what's my situation right now? And I'd be like, I'm making a ton of money. Whether I'm making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, like a couple of years back, that was still a lot. Beforehand, I wasn't making any extra money. I wasn't doing anything extra. So when you're like, all my business partners who are watching, and to all those who will start, you can get to there making tons, 6 figures in 1 month. You can get there, believe me. I've seen it. But the thing is count your blessings. The little 1,200, 1,500, or a couple hundred that you'll make in the first week or the first couple weeks or so on, and then you start to make your $5,000 and $10,000 months. That's incredible. Because think about it. Beforehand, you wasn't doing that, and there's no overhead. So you're not having to pay a place of business. You're not having to do that. You're not having to pay bills and rent and all that in a place. You're not having to pay employees, like literally a type of salary. Because if you have your own business offline, you're going to have to do that, whether it's a job or whether it's offline. So I really like the fact that I can have control over my income. I like the fact that there's money from all sources, like I said. And yeah, like you can literally have the potential to earn from 4 different companies, and you can decide. Like if you come into this business and you're like, I want to get started, and you're like, but I don't like that one company. You don't have to start with that one company. You can start whatever company you want, and once you're a business owner, you're a business owner for life. You don't lose your rank. You don't get deranked. You don't like lose your sales volume. You literally will make where you left off. Because one of my business partner has went away for a little while. They want to work on, their spirituality. They're very Christian and very old school. And he's like, I just need a couple weeks to spend with God, and I want to help my pastor with the church and everything. I'm like, okay, go ahead, come back when you're ready. And he's coming back. We're Zooming with him later on tonight, and just to make sure he set up what to add and everything, and go through everything. So the fact that you can, be in control of your income and make money from the comfort of your home and not have to wait on others. You're waiting on yourself. It's yourself. It's your efforts. Even though our system cuts the sales, and as coaches, we'll cut the sales for the bigger sales, because those have to be more secure. So we sign paperwork. We make sure everything's sent securely. So you are the one who runs the show. Okay, you're not alone though. You have coaches, you have mentors, and everything, but you are the business owner. You are the one that is the key to your success. So that's when I say, like, a lot of people look at me and like, wow, she's so successful. Well, I literally work on my business. There's no excuses for me. There's no excuses for me. My children, see little Violet here, and Geo and Sky and Meadow and Mikey, my 5 children are my big why. Everybody knows that. If I didn't work on my business, they're not going to have what I want them to have. They're not going to be able to be homeschooled. I have to leave them. They're not going to be able to have, this nice little sweater we got her, or a pair of shoes, or whatever the case may be. And they understand this. Like my little kids, they understand. I'm like, okay, gotta be quiet. or you want this. Like, it's not that I bribe my kids, but I'm like, you will get a surprise. We're gonna get you some new shoes and do this. You want your stickers. You want to go somewhere fun. Well, you all have to work together. We all work together as a family. The organization in my home, which is sometimes not very organized, but this business model and system is very organized. It's very secure. There's tons of training. We have our weekly masterminds. We have our community support. Everything, and even what me and Paulo just created, and a few of our other business owners. Okay, you're here in the Learn to Earn online group. A lot of you guys, so you'll be watching this. This is something that is well organized to give people free information, to not feel scared about jumping in the boat. Because just like Veronika was saying, I made that decision. So yeah, that's it for me.
Thanks, Georgia. And just for everyone watching as well, I know, Georgia, it took you a while. It took time for you to get to this stage at this point. And I want to point out to everyone that this isn't a quick rich. This is something that's long-term, something like what Georgia mentioned and Ramath mentioned, that we can pass this down to our family members. And so we've, not just us, but our community has created something that has a really strong foundation. We've got, like you said, Georgia, we've got a great training program to help people get started up and running within 2-3 weeks. And I can't, like any other business, you can't get something up and running that quickly, like especially brick and mortar businesses. That takes months to years to get that started. But this is about 2 to 3 weeks. And we help and guide you as mentors and coaches to get you up and running. So thank you, Georgia, for talking about that sort of the control over your income with doing this business. And before we end it, I want to just talk about just one last thing about personal fulfillment. And as I mentioned, I've been nursing for over 2 decades now, and I don't know if I can continue any further because I am good at what I do. I care about my patients a lot, but it's that attachment I get with my patients. And so that causes burnout. And so I want to be able to use the skill sets that I got from nursing and apply it to this business, which I've been able to do. And I want to be able to help people out there who I want to show them that there is a way out of the 9 to 5, the day job, where they're tired. They don't feel like they're getting ahead financially, or they're being rewarded, or being rewarded about all the work that they've been doing. Like, I just did a recent job and left it and went back to my other nursing job, but I had no acknowledgement of all the hard work I put into it. And I put over 1.5 years of hard work trying to get things all set up, workflows and all that stuff, but no acknowledgement from any directors or any sort of managers I really worked with. And that was a blow to me because of like how passionate I am about my work and what I do. Whereas now I want to be able to, from a personal fulfillment, reward my business colleagues who are doing really well. I want to send them cards. I want to send them little gifts to say, you've done really well. I'm here to support you. I want to do that to people who are, doing the business, but also show people that, like I said, there is a way out of the 9 to 5, that I'm going to use my experiences as an oncology clinical trials nurse and share those experiences with what my patients have always told me, that they always wish they had more time to see their kids grow, more time to see their son or daughter get married, go travel. And I want to pass that message on to people and let them know that we only have a very limited amount of time on this earth, that we need to use our time wisely. And if you're working for somebody else where you're stressed and tired and you're not getting anywhere in a year, 2 years, or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the road, then you need to start acting now and create change. And we're here to help you guys hopefully see this opportunity and create change in your life. So that's all I have to add to this last bit. Is there anyone else that wants to add in just a few other things before we go?
I'll just say something real quick. That, like, when my mom and dad passed away, Paulo, I did like a whole 360. First, it was my mom, and then I came here, and I came to BC, and I left my brick and mortar business behind, and I realized how important. Like, I became a health freak. I was a hypochondriac. The doctor was like, Georgia, there's nothing wrong with you. But I was like, something's wrong with me. But there was, to be honest with you, they didn't really see the stomach issues I had, and now I'm gluten-free and stuff. But long story short, and then my father passed away. Like, it really hit me. It was like, I don't want to live this life. There's more to life. I want my kids to know that. I don't want, because beforehand, Paulo, I was like, oh my goodness, the old school Roma people. They're like, they just want to do businesses and they don't want these really amazing careers like a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer. I'm like, I want to put my kids into school and teach them the right way. And now, as an adult, and as seeing my mom and dad pass away, and as seeing how busy I was in my brick and mortar business, it hit me, and I was like, no, I can't do that. And when this fell upon me, like 3-4 years after my father passed, and that by that I was in debt, didn't have no more money, didn't have no more savings. My credit was so bad, and it's like fell in my lap. But not without trials and tribulations, you learn. I learned how valuable this was. I was like, where somebody else that had such a great time, maybe they're like, oh, well, another little stream of income, or they don't put much love into it. I realized, and that's how I became really successful. And you just got to run with it. You got to go with your feeling. Whoever's watching right now, whoever's seeing this, whoever's coming across this, parents, newlyweds, build your empire right now. There's so many newlyweds that I've literally started this business with. Even if you're single, whatever you're going through, whatever age you are, 18 to 70, you can do this. If you're not tech savvy, believe me, I wasn't. If you have a will to learn, you can come join us. Come to our Learn to Earn online group. You're going to see everything. And I'll add real quick is, or if you want to finish off, Paulo, where they need to go. If people aren't in the Learn to Earn group already, what they need to do, and come join us.
Yeah, and if any of you have seen this video or watching it live or replay, and you want to reach out to us, just reach out to the person that you've seen this on their business page or you've been communicating with, and we can give you the link to watch our informational webinar. And today is at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time is when we do a live informational webinar. If you can't make that time, we do have a replay video that you can watch at any time. And as Georgia mentioned, we do have a Learn to Earn Facebook group. It's a VIP access group that will answer a lot of the frequently asked questions that we get a lot as mentors and coaches. And so it's easy sort of one-stop shop that you can get in there as a person who's interested, go in, do their due diligence. And we want people to do their due diligence. We want to make sure people are comfortable with knowing what this business is about and being comfortable, be able to move on to sort of the building stage of knowing how to create this, their own business in the online world. So yeah, if you guys are interested, reach out to the person that that you've been connecting with, and stay tuned, because I know later this evening at 6 p.m. We will have another live online live business chats. And I think the topic is, I can't remember what it was, Georgia.
I'll mention it. It's where, now that you're an online business owner, where do you see yourself from 1 to 5 years? Like, we want to see, since they became an online business owner, what has changed? Where do they see themselves? They have a different outlook. And I will say real quick, if you see this, if you are not in the Learn to Earn online group and you want to come, it's free to come. Just add your name and email into our websites above. Click the link. And if you see it on any of my business partners' pages, it means that we mentored and coached them, and they will help you get started. So click that link, add your name and your email onto their websites, and message them privately and say, I registered. Here's my email. Check to see if I registered. Can I please be added into Learn to Earn online group so I can learn how to get started? Because oh my goodness, we have so much content in there explaining about the business, so much successes, so many things, and people, you can reach out to us and you can ask us any questions. So it's exciting. And thank you, Paulo and Ramath, and even Veronika, everybody who participated in building this. There's a lot of us that participated because we are people. We know, we had the questions before you had them. We know, right?
So yeah, thanks, Georgia, for adding that piece. So thank you, everyone, for joining us live, and stay tuned again in 5 hours for the next one. Okay. Bye, everyone.